set 1. Looks better. Hello everyone. It is Thursday, September 10th, 2015. I'm Dentral. We're still playing Final Fantasy XI Online. I have no buffs. Wow. That's right, I was doing Monstrosity a little earlier. This just be a bit closer without knocking the wire out. Sorry about that. And I just scraped Cyndaquil into the side of the wall. Let's see. We are headed to East Ronvar in the past. Again. We're gonna take a shortcut though. Teleportation assistance. Forgot which expansion we were on. Yeah, we'll do Southern Centauri. Using tabs. This isn't the zone we need, but the zone that'll work. So yesterday we finished everything with the main Wings of the Goddess missions. Now we're doing all the past Vana'diel missions, the ones for Windurst and then Bestock. Since we're here, let's see if they'll give me a rank up. No. Never mind, I have to do that in Windurst. Let's see, I bet you won't even give me a sigil, will you? Oh, how nice. Give me sigil. Alright, that's not why we're here though. We started, I guess, looking back, I think I had already started the Windurst missions, maybe originally, when I started this character years and years ago, and just forgot about it. And I must have switched over to Sandy at some other point and forgotten about it. Why I ran that far out. Go to store quest. So when I was trying to flag the starter quest, they were all, you know, looking at me like I was a noob because I've already done it. I think. Double check the quest log, but that's my story and I'm sticking with it. Alright, so now I get to find out crazy speech bubbles they have going on today. Wait! Aren't you ladies members of the Cobra unit? Who wants to know? Oh, it's Taurine Mastercaster Vana'diel. What are you doing here? Now, that's an interesting story. You see, I was Centauro here to request Royal Knight reinforcements. Loud color on their local uniforms. I come before you to formally request Taru Royal Knight reinforcements for Fort Kurugo Narugo. Our beleaguered Federation humbly begs for your aid. I understand your situation, and I would dearly love to be of assistance. However, the logistics involved in preparing troops for cross-continent travel. I'm afraid it would be most impossible to find a unit capable of undertaking the journey at such short notice. Not familiar with Ashmiya. General Khusro. If I may be so bold, I believe my own unit would not be incapable of making such a trek. Out of the question. Your troops have an important mission before them. I will abide no unnecessary impediments to our plans for the Sorongum Champagne, which is on the same continent as Winters, but... I hope you understand my position, Mastercaster. Please inform your Warlock Warlord that the Royal Knights will do what they can. However, nothing can be promised at this time. Oh, you're even bowing. And that was the Indy-Wendy of that. Huh? Actually, isn't this kind of talk confidential or something? It's no secret, Taro, and I appreciate having a shoulder to gravy wipey on. I said wipey when it should have just been wipe. My apologies. I'm afraid the Elven bear a grudge for the time we ruled the continent. Their pride prevents them from lending us the help we need. Sir Josnu. The temple knight I spoke of is currently staying in Squire Alley. Let us be on our way. So now we need to go to M8. 8 will be a little bit to the north, M will be a little bit to the east. I think it's going to be this way. Could look at the map. Yeah, M's going to be this way. A8. Clicky click. Open map. M8. If this is the house. I guess that's the house. Go straight into a cutscene. Oh, it's this guy. Roshan Mace. How glad I am to see you safely returned. You were reported as missing by your unit. Alright, if this is the guy that I think it is. This is going back. Square Enix in their Play Online loading thing, whatever we had to use to actually load into the game, would have every now and then a newspaper kind of thing. I forget what it was called, Vana'diel Times, maybe? And there were different stories, history lessons, that kind of thing, and I think this guy was an elven who was going on this grand pilgrimage to different areas and stuff, and it was basically writing down notes and reporting what he saw, and he was I don't know, something with the church. It was a time, what I remember the most was he had a goblin guide, and they went to Gideus, I think, or maybe just Saruta Baruto. He got captured by the Ugudo, and what had happened was he came across the Ugudo first and greeted them with using the Altana's little prayer sign or whatever it is that they use, and that might have just, you know, I guess it marked the Ugudo for death, and they ended up plucking all its feathers and leaving them to waste away or something. And I want to say he was rescued by adventurers. I don't remember all the details. Long time ago. And this was all just little side history stuff. I think it was before the Crystal War, even. Right before the Crystal War. Yeah, anyway, might be this guy, might not be. I think it's this guy. How glad I am to see you safely returned. You were reported as missing by your unit. And who might your companions be? These fine individuals are citizens of Windhurst that extricated me from a rather harrowing predicament. So honest and humble, heal, give it a rest. Well then, I offer you my most heartfelt gratitude. May the goddess watch over you all. Josnold, I actually come to you with an urgent request. Would you by any chance be able to decipher this Ugudo rope message? A rope message? Excuse me. Perhaps my goblin friend will have some insight. Liada, could you take a look at this? A gold piece for the guide, a gold piece for the goblin. Can you decipher these knots? It appears to be some sort of Ugudo code. Liada is as bright as a box of brass tacks. Piece of crab cake. 1 gold piece coin each. Very well. But allow me to collect the fee a little later. It seems our guests are in a hurry. You got no business sense, Josiah. Well, I'll get my gold one way or another. Let's see this rope. Something about magic gear. Magical equipment? Gear that makes magic useless. The Ugudo have made some, it says. The Ugudo have developed equipment that renders magic ineffective. Magic-resistant armor? That'd be awesome. Sandora also once attempted to create such equipment in our own conflict with Windhurst. ... Have the Ugudo been successful where our artisans have failed? There's more. Manifest. Lead us to the city. Windhurst will fall. Winters will fall? Prophecy, maybe? Gives me the chills. This is ominous news. It seems those Royal Knight reinforcements are even more vital than our Toru friends anticipated. Reinforcements? What talk is this? It seems a request was made recently. And General Khusro refused this request? How callous! There's no... I mean to somehow convince the general to reconsider his decision to lend troops to our allies. And if it means aiding my newfound saviors, I will travel to Windhurst alone, at the cost of my knighthood. Though I hold little sway in military matters, I shall add my voice to your plea. And I think it best that you return to Windhurst. It will not help our cause if we are thought part of some Taru conspiracy. I'll never understand politics. One moment. Please accept this Platinum Beast coin as a token of my gratitude. May it alleviate some of the cost of your journey. Dude's rich. Looks like your nose for trouble landed us right in the thick of it, Till. Is Winters gonna come through this okay, you think? Maybe I should be making plans to board the next ship out. Bite your tongue. Magic-resistant armor isn't going to help the Ugudo against Mithrin blades and arrows. Yes, you're right. I wonder if Oxen Mace and his friar buddy will be alright. I'm sure they'll be fine. I mean, how could anyone resist the charms of two such handsome lads? Those royal knights are a stubborn lot, according to the Taru. I hear they put people to the sword for stepping out of line. Put them to the sword? That would be such a waste. We gotta hurry back to Karugo Narugo and report to the boss. Yeah, about time we were heading out. We'll see you there, Cyndaquil. And yay for Platinum Beast coins. Alright, so next one is going to be a manifest problem. We're gonna talk to Rodith Moget, located at Fort Karugo Narugo S. I-8 inside the fort for a cutscene. And we're going to zone into Castle Ostroja for a cutscene. Return to Rodith Moget for a second cutscene and a fort key. Gather all the members of your party in the lower left-hand corner of H5, Fort Karugo Narugo, Map 2, and have your party leader click the colorful door to enter Go Use Rivery. Everyone in the group must have a fort key to enter unless they have completed the quest before. Take a look for strategies. And you are placed in the west route to Boruto, right outside Winder's Waters after winning the battle. Let's see. We're going to Fort Karugo Narugo. 36 LA notes, which is an odd amount. Usually like 10, 20, 30, not 36. There's a discount going on. I doubt it's that lucky. I don't think we're going to need to trust NPCs, but I was surprised the other night. Last night when I got knocked down to 1% HP. This will probably be the last time we summon Nolari for a while. L-I-S-E. Not that I don't mind Samurai in the party. Okay, I didn't mean to aggro that. It just happened that way. No, I was running the wrong way anyways. I need to go up, I think. Yeah, definitely need to go up. Yay, 68 XP. Guys, torque. So, left or right? Go left. I think they all go in the same direction. Maybe not. Of all the zones in the past, Fort Naruto is probably the one I'm least familiar with. Up is to the center. Looks right. Gotta run around here. Oh, almost fell down. That would have been embarrassing. Painted wooden door. I wonder if that's the door that we need to be. Well, probably not. Yeah, just a regular door. Alright, this should start the quest. Yep. Something's starting. If it's the right one. Cyndaquil, you just missed Teal and Meal. Hey, Cyndaquil, what took you so long? The boss will have your ears if you stand there yapping much longer. It's awfully quiet around here. Where is everyone? I guess it is a little less lively than usual. I can explain. Whose ridiculous idea was that? You think you can hold a fort against the Yakuto without my girls? These are the direct Haru orders of the Star Sibyl. The Tigresses are to head for Castle Ostroja and support the Warlock Warlord's offensive. The Star Sibyl also specifically stated that the loss of the Warlock Warlord at this time would be disastrous. That was a little fishy to me. We were picked off to Fort Naruto so fast our heads are still spinning, and now you want us to dive straight into the enemy stronghold? The words of the Star Sibyl are most not subject Haru to discussion, and that goes for Warlock Warlord's orders as well. People in this continent really know how to stroke a Mithra the wrong way. So what do you plan to do if they rush the walls while we're gone? Have you got some sort of plan? The walls of the fort are protect Haru with powerful sorceries. Even if the Yakuto could breachy-weechy those defenses, they would wield Haru before the combined magical might of the caster companies. Enough dally-wallying. Off to Castle Ostroja with you. Don't come crying to me when you have Birdman in your basement. And that's why there's so few Mithra around. They've all marched to Castle Ostroja. Then wouldn't that mean... Yep. What is it? Heal, Meal, Cyndaquil. You saw Professor Koru Moru safely to Juno? Great timing, boss. We have something important to report. You see, there's magic in the fortress and a secret code, and it's all bad. I have no idea what you just said. Can one of you make sense of that for me? Cyndaquil, the one who doesn't speak. Are you telling me the Yakuto have got their talents on some magic-resistant armor? Our source was reliable. So we're back to good old-fashioned soldiery. That means our forces here consist of a handful of Mithra and a company of pudgy bookworms. Boss! Isn't that the Sagittarian Mastercaster? You can see them from so far away. They're so short. Mastercaster Kamalo Domalo. Are you sure our unit will be sufficient, Haru? Perhaps we should call the Tigresses back. There will be no need. The magical walls of this fortress were built, Haru, to withstand the most determined onslaught. The Yakuto won't lay so much as a feather on the inner courtyard. We'll see how the Warlock Warlord's reputation holds up when rumors fly about his reckless plan and his rescue by Mithran mercenaries sent at the Star Sibyl's Vestaru. Politics. And to make the deal all the sweeter, I will earn the accolades when my Sagittarian War Warlock single-handedly obliterate the Ugudo invaders. But boss, why do I have to do everything myself? Do the Tigresses have half a brain between them? They're not a bunch of mewing kittens to be taken in by any Tarutaru's glib tongue. Cynical, run yourself over to Castle Ostroja and get the Tigresses back. Magic-resistant armor makes my hackles rise, that's for a damn sure. I'll be right after you, Cynical. Alright, so now we get to zone into Castle Ostroja. There's a couple ways we can do this. And we're gonna do it the easy way. Speaking of easy, we get our warp ring off. We could teleport to this dude. But I don't think that's going to get us as close as I want. And just to be sure, I'll be able to see it from this map. No worries. I hit the wrong button. Hit it again. There we go. So what we're gonna do is go back to the crystal, and then I believe there's a survival guide right outside Castle Ostroja. Maybe wrong, but like I said, I think there is. We shall see. If not, then we'll just, you know, take the long way. Teleportation assistance. Plains of the Goddess areas. Jugger, Natalia, Necropolis, past Duck Martin, past Little Marstones, Search to Ghosting Glacier. Okay, there isn't one. Or if there is one, I don't have it yet. Okay. That was worth a shot. No, let's not do that. I was thinking maybe grab a chocobo. That might be another way to do it. Be having a little bit of trouble with the video stream. I'm gonna check something real quick here. I don't think I've lost internet connection. We'll find out here in just a sec. That's not the one you want. That's the one you want. Teleport. I was just making sure I didn't have like Castle Ostroja. You got Carly's Citadel. Winkle Inlet. Gonna be Marifoted Mountains, isn't it? Such a shame. Yeah, the only thing that I don't like about it is it just takes so long to cross the zone, but you know, no use spending 5 minutes to look for a shortcut when there isn't a shortcut. Instead, let's pull the trust NPCs out. Curious. My Twitch stream on the other PC that I use to monitor is unresponsive. So, close that. Just load it while trust NPCs are coming out. The old-fashioned way. Look there. Alright, everyone's out. Good. Central's probably gonna take the road. That way I don't have to worry about getting lost. Stream's still active, it's just not loading for some. So I don't know if y'all can see this. I hope y'all can see this. Just don't think I can see y'all, so if you're watching, say something or wave. So what was I talking about? I already forgot. So we're going to Castle Ostroja, which is probably my favorite Beastman. What do you want to call this? Place where the Beastmen are. I mean, there's a Savoy, Castle Ostroja, and Bordeaux. I believe is where the Quato. Yeah. Bordeaux sucks. That's the one where you have to get muted so you can avoid getting cursed. And I mean, if you got holy waters on, or I don't know if holy water will undo curse. I remember the first time I was going through it, and they're like, click the mute, follow us, we're gonna keep you snaked and everything like that. And I'm like, don't you need to get mute? I'm like, nah. First they were white mages and black mages, and they would just run through the cursed stuff, and as soon as they were out of range, they would uncurse themselves. But leaving them with very little HP. And the big, I mean, you can easily navigate it. But the biggest thing that I didn't care for was it was a ruby? Yeah, a ruby Quail, which was true hearing, so if you had snake on, it would still catch you. It just... Bordeaux sucks. Castle Ostroja, this is where I go for all my monk testimonies. They're having quite a few monk testimonies over the years. And even Marifather Mountains is a pretty decent place to solo low levels just on the flies. Kill 9 flies and it repeats itself. Lots of wind crystals. Flies are pretty weak. But, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know what it's like in the past. I haven't soloed out here just because the level range of everything is so crazy. Got high level stuff followed by low level stuff. But I guess all the zones in the past are kind of like that. Well, maybe not all. I guess Bostine Glacier isn't, and Balduina isn't. Castles of all. Everything's leveled up to the max. Alright. We got some Rafflesia flower pots out and about. And there is a book, and it is right next to where we're headed. So I need to remember to pick up the book on our way over there. I'm gonna turn names on real quick just so I don't aggro stuff that I'm not supposed to be aggroing. Or have you seen a notorious monster? Almost there. Maybe. This spine going up and down along the center of it, what's it called? Roga's spine. I believe is part of the, I want to call it live stream, but the Crystal Road. Basically where all the energy flows to Queefum to keep Sky afloat. Excuse me again. Biggest pet peeve on the Xbox and also on the PlayStation, and even on default PC settings, was the draw distance on it would not go all the way. It would always just cut off in the middle. That just bothered me to no end. One of the main reasons that I installed Windower was so that I could extend the draw distance. It's still not perfect. I mean, you'll see it still gets cut off. I need to extend the draw distance even further. But not right now. We'll do that another night. Why is having so much trouble in the video? PlayStation 2. Every time that I came here, I don't know, you can see it right now, maybe the Castle of Joja. I could not see it even right up in front of it. It was just one of those things that things are gonna aggro me, aren't they? Yep, aggroed. Not worried. And maybe now I'm a little worried. We're okay until we get slept. Or if they have the door closed. Or a ton of Yagudo waiting for us. Yep, see, the door's closed. Oh, okay. Do it this way. Gotta love how the Yagudo standing guard don't care about me. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're missing a tank. Yeah, I must have hit the trust button too soon. Okay. Alright, now we got the survival guide, so this won't take nearly as long ever again. Say that. Click. Enter Castle Ostroja. Oh, that's happening. Building Castle Ostroja for a cutscene. I get to return to Rochith Moget for a second cutscene and a fort key. Get to gather all the members of your party in the lower left-hand corner of H5 for Narugo Map 2, and your party leader click the colorful door. Oh. Is that it for this floor? Well, looks like it. No sign of stragglers. Where's all the Hulk and elite troops hiding? We fought nothing but rank and file. Yo, we need you to get back at the fort. Huh? Roma? What are you and Cynical doing here? What's going on here? Gil of the Tyruses and Roma of the Cobras. Who's guarding for Kurugo Narugo? That puffed up pea-brain from the Sagittarian War Warlock sent us here under the Star Sibyl's name. We thought we had no choice. Star Sibyl? That's right. And there was this. Keep your explanation brief. The fort is in big trouble. You're certain? Here's the situation. Magic resistant armor. We left pretty much nothing but the little warlock guys at the fort. I'm guessing they aren't too handy with swords or bows. I'm surprised this type of equipment appeared so early. Was there anything else gleaned from the Weepus? Manifest something or another. Manifest? Lead us to the city. Winters will fall. Manifest? What's that supposed to mean? Isn't that what they call the Yagudo deity? The Diku, the Manifest. Fascinating. So the Yagudo's leader has joined the main thrust towards the city. That explains why the castle is so empty. When you're done hypothesizing, how about we mobilize our forces and march back to Winders? No, I think I understand the game now. First, we return to Kurugo Narugo. Roma, I need you to head to Winders after all. Rouse the anacondas and send them to the fort with all haste. Understood. I'll pass on the order to Perth. Cynical. Return to Kurugo Narugo with Gil and the others. They're gonna need all the help they can get. Hey. It's basically the same thing. I'm just gonna Scout's a little bit ahead. I don't remember this door. Okay, no worries. We'll cheat again. Let's do teleportation. Choose yes. 1,002, 1,003, 1,002. Okay, I forget. Send you by the crystal and not by the campaign arbiter, because that would just be too easy. Okay. Ah. But while we're running over there, oh, just remembered something. I think this one might give me a rank up. Greetings, Quill. My ledger states that the earliest you can apply for an invite 4 days. Oh, it's because I changed yesterday. God damn it. Oh well. When we start getting ranks up, nothing's going to stop us. Greetings, I'm Winona, campaign arbiter for the Allied forces. Or Karuga Narugo, under Winter's control. 30 Allied notes. That works. Oops. There we go, going the wrong way again. And I caught aggro again. Up with that. I believe that was a beastman that just ran by me. Who needs stressed NPCs? We're on Monk. I say that and I miss. Was vanquish multiple enemies? Oh, okay. That's a big one. 5,000 limit points, 1,000 sparks, and 145 unity accolades. I love how the gate basically just keeps us out. It doesn't do anything for the Yagudo. They just run right through it. Makes sense. Alright, so anyway, gather all members of your party and return to Rotith Ogidi for a second cutscene and out of Fort Key. Okay, I gotta get to Fort Key. Come back up here. Oh, little Tartars in their matching uniforms and shields just look too cute. I'm sorry. So, yep. Next cutscene. Starts to play. Okay, that looks like it's doing alright. We'll see for how long. Okay, you've brought back the Tigresses. Thank Altana. Been trying to tell the Sagittarian War Warlocks about this magic-resistant armor, but I might as well be talking to one of the fort's walls. Warlock Warlord Rebel Akbel, we have breathlessly awaited your safe return. Save the pleasantries. Why did you send the Tigresses to Ostrosia against my specific instructions? Under the name of the Star Sibyl, no less. Fort is secure enough when combining the elemental fury of my unit with these impregnable walls. I simply thought Toru to make better use of our excess troops. Warlock, Warlord! They're here! Yogudo? A huge army! How? When? I've heard rumors of cave systems connecting Tsuruta to Orogano, with entrances dotted all along their length. The mouths of these caves are easy to miss, but the tunnels themselves are, well, cavernous. They must have traveled here underground. Iziku, you claim the ridiculous title of an earthly deity, but your cunning is not to be underestimated. Here they come. Glowing eyes. That's kind of cool. They seem to be holding their position for now. They mean to encircle us. If they can cut us off from Winters, the city is as good as lost. We take the fight to them. All non-combatants are to retreat to the inner chambers. Sir. Aww. Mercenary Major, step forward. No cynical? The Yogudo have entrenched themselves out of bowshot. They mean to starve us out. To break this siege, we'll need one unit to march outside the fort and draw them in. This will be a most dangerous duty. Who's up to the task? My girls will handle it. Cobra unit, we're heading outside for a little exercise. Anacondas, to the walls. Don't let Roma have all the fun. Now you're talking. Tigresses, snap in positions. Roma, watch your tail out there. I'm more worried about you falling off the wall. This fortress. No. The entire Federation forces are in your paws, my brave Mithras. Mithra. Not Mithras. Here we go. Cobras have pulled them into bow range, but hold your fire. We want to bring them in as close as possible. Get armed out there too. Be fun. Listen up. We wait for the Anacondas to loose their rain of arrows, and when the Yogudo falter, we slice into their ranks. I brought one of those things. Here they come. Hold. Not yet. A little closer. Loose. I got 4 of them. Alright. Cobras, attack! Or Windhurst! Magic resistant armor. We'll see about that. You're our guy. Oh dear. Impossible! Cease casting. No more elemental spells. Pull back. Support her, the mercenaries, with enhancing magic. It's kind of cool. Take aim. Roma! Fell off the wall. Makes you wonder what he grabbed her by. Probably the scruff of her neck would be my guess. He just hopped on top of the walls. At this rate, we'll reach the central tower. Ooh, Mithran male. I am Leko Apoka. Friend. It's almost time. Wonder if he's also from the future. More cutscene. It looks like. Here we go. Do not waste your energy with elemental spells. All non-combatants to the hidden port. Too late. We're surrounded. We're the only survivors of the Tauran War Warlocks. Cough, cough. If I'm to be slaughtered, then I'll go out Taru in a blaze of Faraga. Don't be a dunce. When magic fails, it's time to draw your sword. If your sword snappy whaps, you fight with your Fistarus. We'll show them what a Tauran War Warlock is made of. Don't give up, children of the Winters. Believe in your Warlock Warlord. We will win through. We must win through. I've sacrificed everything for this. Oh my god. Yes! I understand allies. The Royal Knights have heeded your call for aid. Is this a tree? Cynical, Teal, Meal. Jolly good to see you again. We're in the middle of battle, people. I can't believe it. We actually brought an army with them. I am Warlock Warlord Robolock Bell. The Federation is in your debt. They mean to sack your capital, Warlock Warlord. Leave these Talon crews to us. My thanks. Major Roma, a word, if you will. There's a chink in Winterstormer. No one expects an assault from below. I believe the tunnels our enemy used to surprise us here stretch all the way to the city. What? Are you saying that the attack on the fort was just one big distraction? And why are we still standing here? Lower your voice. We cannot win that way. A turned ambush is better than a first strike. We use the very same tunnels to blindside our foes. They will not be expecting an attack from behind. Of course, if we can uncover one of these tunnel entrances and sneak up from the rear, they'll never know what hit them, assuming we make it there in time. Or you could just, you know, warp us. You're a real gambler, aren't you? Same quality I admire in you, my dear. Now hurry, the subterranean force must be destroyed. I've seen you handle yourself in a fight. Take this fort key. There must be a tunnel entrance located somewhere within the fort. You'll need this key to access some of the restricted areas. You're sure you can trust this greenhorn with something that important? Do not be concerned. I will leave a spare with Rodith Mulgety for unexpected contingencies. Now go. Alright, so now we're ready for the battle. And gather all the members of the party. Are we in the middle of... Okay, I don't think we're going to get beaten up standing here. A little bit too low. Alright, battlefield, go use Reverie. This is extremely similar to the assault mission Blitzkrieg. This battle is uncapped and experience points are lost if knocked out. Trust can be called upon in this battlefield, that's what it says. Buffs do not wear off upon entry, except those that do while changing areas. TP is reset to 0 on entry. You will encounter a large number of Yoguro, which will have low attack and low HP, 200 to 600. Ooh, one-shots per round. They appear near the entrance and move toward a central chamber. They have a large detection range and attack after a given time, even without being activated. One Tier 2 or Tier 3 Gospel, like Lazaga 3 or Thundaga 3, easily kills every monster within range, so 2 Black Mages were able to alternate killing the entire wave with one spell and clear the fight in under 5 minutes. Monsters in this battlefield are immune to sleep. After some time, La Yaku the Austere will appear. Once this notorious monster is defeated, Yuguro stops spawning. Occasionally, killing one of the Yukudo will restore your MP, HP, or TP. Killing all of the Yukudo in the area ends the battle, and all party members will be transported out to Westeruta Baruta, near the entrance to the Winter's Waters. Upon failure, players will fail. Okay. So now we just go back to map 2. Find H5. I don't think this is map 2. H5 would be... well, maybe. Over by Mariposa Mountains. But since we're right here, I think map 2 is actually going to be within the fort itself, so let's look there first. If it's not, we'll figure it out. But I do think there's some notorious monsters up there. We do that, we're not on Thief. Why we're running so slow. Pick that off. I'll just run back on. Like this. Good. Alright, now we're at J8. H will be 1 in front of us, 5 will be to the north. Rabbit here. I don't know what that means. Maybe there's a tunnel. That'd be my guess. Like I said, I don't know this zone very well. They look like they got stuff that did you say Doom? I did say Doom. Glad I'm not taking part in this one. Casting Doom on people. Alright. H6. Gonna go north. H5, is this it? Colorful door. This should take us into the battlefield. Manifest problem. Only party members present with you in this area will be transported to Gobu's River. Yeah, okay. Like, so many of us. Thinking about it. Come on. You can do it. Ooh. Excuse me. Now enter Gobu's River. This will probably be a cutscene. No cutscene. Fine by me. Just out. So the question is, do we go forward? Back. I don't remember it saying. Go forward. Probably aim for that big room. Gotta love the music. Alright, I see you goodos. Well, I might have not a lot of hit points, but when they got shadows, it doesn't much good, does it? Turn names back on. Make it easier to see people. Wonder you just try and aggro them all. That'll work out well. Probably not. Alright, we got one. Poor thing can't hit me. Alright, he's gonna get close enough here and spinning attack. Wow. It did not nearly as much damage as I'm used to it doing. That's because they all had shadows up. I story, I'm sticking with it. No, no, not sleep. Oh, no, we got Dia up. We should have brought Dantoto. He has like an AoE ability that would be awesome. What do we have? They don't lie, they just keep coming. Reanimation locked. Good. You did it. Get the counter stance going. Even if I can't do double attack. Really? What I don't get is why it just keeps... Let's run over here. There he is. Lay Yaku the Austere. My HP, he's good. Okay, supposedly now that the boss has shown up, there won't be any problem. More mobs spawning, so now we just have to clean off the ones that are here. Goodness. I don't get is why it doesn't just auto attack all the time. It's just might have just too much to think about. Alright, if there's any left. No, I guess not. That's all. It wasn't so much difficult as it was noxious. Maybe? Yeah. Alright, right outside after winning the battle. Talk to Day Randola in Winter's Waters S at Northern H10 for a cutscene. Expect off. Honestly though, I mean, this is not the best that the Yugoda we're gonna send to Windhurst. I don't think the city was gonna burn. It's just me. What are you doing, Miss Kitty? Wow. Is there anything you didn't knock over? Oh, look at that. The library's on fire. This Yugoto force. It's endless. Gotta love the mobs when they pull themselves. Here come the Guardians. The more the better. Bring on every last Taro one of them. Go forth and destroy my masterpieces of magical mechanical mayhem. Not 10, not 100, not even 1,000 beaked beastmen are a match for the mighty weight of the Guardians. Pain, destruction, exhilaration. I like this guy. What better way to test Taro my creations? Am I too late for the action? Hmm. Oh ho! No magical immune equipment for these troops. They have yet to outfit the entire army, it seems. What an excellent opportunity to unleash the full extent of my wrath. Felt a little lift out. What with all those Elven and Mithra stealing all the glory. Robolock Bell! You're interfering with my magnificent Taro field experiment. My apologies, dear Zompo Zippa. Even the kids are casting spells. Thinking about it. We got bio on. Okay. Oh no, the Spinebeak Horde was victorious in East Ronfar. Hear me, defenders of Winters. This brave soul has triumphed over a second Yugoto force that sought to ambush us. There will be no more reinforcements for our enemies. If we win this field, the day is ours. Got Azran fisted. Oh, hello. Sniveling wretches. You have stained my honor. But your squeals of glee are hasty. Today's battle is nothing more than a prelude to the dirge of your nation's obliteration. They're retreating. Disciples of Malice learned a stingy wingy of Tefataru. What? Is it over already? Victory! On the baby chocobo. This city is saved. Now is the time to heal your wounds. Bury the dead. Pluck some birdmen. And mourn the passing of friends. Whew, that was a scrap and a half. But they pulled out as soon as the tables turned. Gotta say, I'm impressed with their sense of practicality. Hey Roma, well, it looked like you were sleeping for a bit there, but maybe you were just moving really slow. What? This coming from the brave soldier who hides up on out of harm's reach? Okay. At least they're laughing. Hey, did you come from the homeland? Oh, hello. Maybe I did. You like bluetail? We could go fishing down by the port. Sounds like fun. Hey, you just promised to have dinner with me. No, no, ladies. Let's not fight. Ah, we meet again. I was watching you back at the fort. Impressive. He's kind of short. Oh, he's a creeper. Interesting. Ah, where are my manners? For sniffing your butt. This lady is one of yours? No, that's right. And your name? Vana'diel, is it? I'm Leko Haphoka. I think we'll be firm friends. I'll be seeing you. It's okay that she's Mithra, so it's not that creepy, but man, if it was like any other race and a male at that, creepy. A male Mithra. It was certainly the center of attention. Not surprising, considering how few people on this continent are likely to have seen one. Eh. Catch your fancy? Of course not. Something about that name. Leko Haphoka? Leko... What's this now? I think you're the one who's fancy being tickled. Well done, Vana'diel. You've played a big part in this victory. And we've had word that the Royal Knights put the last nail in Iguto's coffin back at Fort Narugo. They really pulled our fur out of the fire. According to Teal and Meal, you're partially responsible for their change of heart. Here's a little pat on the back from me. Enjoy. We still have bio on us. These never end. Yeah. Master Kester Camolo Domolo of the Sagittarian War Warlocks. Do you understand the gravity of your transgression? Sir. You misrepresented a Star Sibyl and sent troops to Castle Ostroja under false authorization. My most abject apologies. Your actions place Fort Narugo and the City of Windhurst in mortal peril. How will you repent for this crime? Anything. I'll do anything. Okay, shouldn't have said anything. Close your eyes. Pray to the moon and the stars. Kill him? Poor little thing. Have you no mercy? It's rich, coming from you. Whatever do you mean? Oh, look, it's a chessboard again. Fine, play the innocent. You know as well as I do that justice has a price. And I will protect Windhurst by any means necessary. Happy with the way things turned out, and I have a fascinating new piece to play with. Will she be a knight, bishop, or just another enthusiastic pawn? Even pawns have their uses. Got a Migo Myth Kebab. Cool food. A fish mish kebab bursting with the unbridled flavor of the sea, made from a closely guarded house of Migo family recipe. I guess it's a one-time only thing, too. I think we kind of lost. No, this should be by the monk house, right? Definitely by the monk. So now, next quest is going to be when one man is not enough. I'm going to talk to the Prendoza in Windurst Waters at Northern H10 for a cutscene involving Leko Hoboka. We're going to head to the tower at F10. Ooh. Wrong mouse. Sorry. Glad I checked. Just would have gone the wrong way. Talk to Dea Prendola in Wondrous Waters at the Northern H10 for a cutscene involving Leko Hoboka. Head to the tower at F10, F11 in West Saruta Baruta and click the sealed entrance for a cutscene. If you did not already finish the quest, Snake on the Plains, you will not get this cutscene. First, you must either finish the quest or cancel it with Mioryu. Okay. Just double check, make sure that we have it finished. Completed. Snake on the Plains. Okay. Why, if it isn't Cyndaquil! So, how does it feel to be the mercenary of the moment? The entire camp's been buzzing with the rumors of your accomplishments the other day. Why, you even earned the adoration of that wacky little warlock warlord. You sure know how to make a gal jealous. I'm so proud to have you as a member of the team. What? You're wondering why it's so quiet here at Cobra Command? Let's just say that people, Mithra in particular, don't always get along well with each other. And when that happens, sometimes it's best to keep a low profile until things cool down. Ah. Where do you think you're going? No, you can't leave, Master Leko. Meow. No one escapes from Mithra. Arrow, gonna fire a bow at him. Too many rivals. Looks like some friendly elimination is in order. It's Lumaraka. I said shut it, Gutter. I'm the one who's gonna feast on the prince, not you. Hey, you missed. No, where'd he disappear to? Now look what you all gone and done, scaring him off like that. Oi, you're the one who tried to make a myth kebab out of the poor Master Leko. Sniff, sniff. This scent is mine and mine alone. You girls had better keep your nostrils sealed. I'm dreaming. I'm not giving up my claim to Master Leko. Damn it, Gutter. How many times do I have to tell you to shut it? Do you want me to throw you away? Talking to her act. I always thought Gutter was a jug pet that she just never called, but it's her axe. Kind of creepy. He's so cold-hearted sometimes. So why do I keep on coming back? Teal, why aren't you at your post? Yikes, it's the boss! And look who else is here. Haja, Miki, Vinu, Lu, Meow? Mercenary leaders like yourselves should know best the dire situation Windurst is in. And yet I find you all here chasing after a man like love-starved kittens. Isn't there a single morsel of shame to be found in this entire litter? And who are you to preach, eh? What are you talking about? Yeah, Roma. We all saw what happened back at Fort Karuga Narugo. Yeah, you and Prince were getting all snuggly-wuggy up there on the chocobo. Just say it in the local dialect. Yeah, that was... These are interesting accusations you bring. Now, how do you all intend to back up your claims? Uh-oh! She's ticked off real good. Have at me, all of you. We'll see who's right, who's gravely mistaken. You have guts, I'll give you that. I've been itching to test my mettle with you for some time now. I'm up for whatever you think you can throw at me. No! Me first. Me first! Master Lecco's supposed to have a thing for strong women. And I want to prove myself. Is that so? If that's indeed the truth, then I'll have to feast on all of you. Yes, Scudder, you can join in this time. No, no, no. It wasn't supposed to turn out this way. The boss was supposed to make things right. If there's a repeat of the last internal dispute and the ministry buildings end up being razed to the ground again, us mercenaries will get kicked off out of Winters for good and end up unemployed. What am I supposed to do? Ah. Everyone, just remember a very important detail. You see this person here? Master Lecco was sniffing at her for her scent just the other day. Meow? I smell something deliciously suspicious here. Could they be more than just friends to each other? Did you say? I'm really sorry, Cyndaquil. No, it's not true. That's impossible. You must have seduced the innocent heart with a black and muddy Cyrodiil, you contemptible fiend. Hold it, Mickey. This irresistible aroma. A peepra, I gather. You truly are a naive little kitten to believe a dirty trick like that will work on veteran mercenaries like us. I think some good old-fashioned bloodletting is in order. Wrong again, haha, Haja. This could only be the smell of a greedy. Your nose must be severely clogged up with Yagudo glue. No! They were supposed to be distracted by Cyndaquil. Internal warfare is the last thing we need right now, Cyndaquil. I want you to I want you to find and bring back the heartthrob who's the cause of all this ruckus. I caught a glimpse of Lecco making a dash for Odin's Gate. He's probably holding out somewhere in West Baruta right now. Alright. Now, we'll just have to go out to Baruta. Go to F10, F11. South side? It's not that far. I think I know where it is. Sorry, I'm reading violently when I should be reading out loud. Head to the tower at F10 in Westward Baruto S and click on the sealed entrance for a cutscene. If you did not already finish the quest, Snake on the Plains, you will not get this cutscene. First, you must either finish the quest or cancel it with Mia Ryu. So I don't worry about that. Click on the sealed entrance a second time. This step can be skipped. Clicking a second time will just show you another cutscene with Lecco Hapoka to reiterate how famished he is. And he will ask you to bring him something tasty. Talk today Prandola again for a cutscene. Romamigo will tell you that a forest carp is a popular Mithra cuisine. Dia suggests that you should ask other Mithra in the Huntsman Court for other ideas. Note, the following conversations are not required. One must only obtain the fish and trade it to the sealed entrance. Okay, so we're gonna have to go fishing, it looks like. Le and Umo suggest a papyra. Papyra may be purchased at the Fisherman's Guild in Winters and Port Winters, or fished up in Winters. Ho Jana suggests a greedy. Greedies may be purchased at the Fisherman's Guild in Winters and Port Winters for less than 250 gil, or fished up in Selbina. Greedies are not available at the Fisherman's Guild when Winders is not in first, however. They may be purchased on the ship to Mahora at any time, no matter the conquest results. Your Remrill suggests a Black and Muddy Cyrodiil. A Black and Muddy Cyrodiil can either be purchased from Auction House or obtained via the quest Mithrin Delicacies in Carpenter's Landing. You do not need to trade all of the fish, see below. Once you collect the fish and head back to the sealed entrance in Western to Boruto and trade a fish for a cutscene, you will be given the option to stop feeding him or give him more fish. You cannot trade the same kind of fish twice. This seems no longer to be the case. I just fed him 2 Capiras in a row and he took them. Contrary to Lil Amigo's hint, Amigo Myth Kebab will not work, so you must collect some of the fish. There are a few different ways you can complete the requirements for this quest. Feed him with Capira and then selecting no when prompted to feed him more. This results in a shorter cutscene than the other methods below, but they all end the same way. Feed him with Capira, then a Greedy, then selecting no when prompted to feed him more. This results in a shorter cutscene than the 2 methods below, a longer version. If you view it via the Goblin Footprint later, feed him all 3 of the Forest Carp, Capira, and... feed him all 3 of the Forest Carp, Capira, and Greedy. Feed him 1 Blackened Muddy Cyrodiil. Upon deciding to not give him more fish, once he's satisfied, Leko Koboko will reward you with 12 red roses. He also asked you to accompany him back to Winder's Waters. Doing so will trigger another cutscene, starting the quest of Feast for Gnats. Note, use retrace in your nation. If you set it to Winders, will also trigger the cutscene. Notes. If you currently have the quest Snake on the Plains active, you will not receive the cutscene when examining Tower at F10. To progress through this quest, complete Snakes on the Plains first. You can safely do this without switching nations if you select I've changed my mind when completing the quest. Good news is I picked the right tower. He's not in the tower, he's just hanging up on top of it. My dear Lady Shikari-ji, what a pleasant surprise. I fear, however, that my castle is in a less than presentable state. Shikari-ji, your sweet talking will get you nowhere, Leko. The Fire Tribe has suffered grievous casualties from the incident, in the wake of which the perpetual state of destructive unrest continues. To rub salt into the wound, countless compatriots have crossed the seas to fight for a foreign cause at the cost of their lives. Furthermore, the whereabouts of the sinner and her child remain unknown. Tell me, Leko, is it by mere coincidence that I find you here amidst all this misfortune? As intimidating as ever, I see. You're truly worthy of the title of Sin Hunter. Now, if you'll excuse me for answering your question with another question, what is this unhealthy obsession you have with me? Do you that badly desire my head? If Leko Hapoka is truly who you are, Leko Hapoka is supposed to have met his end by my hand, unbeknownst to others. At this very moment, he should be spending his eternal slumber in the murky depths of a frozen lake. Frozen lake, you say? Gives me the chills just thinking about it. But if what you say is true, then what do you propose me to be? Some kind of apparition? Enough of your games. We will come down here and answer to justice this instant. King's Tear Moss, if I'm not mistaken. These moss can detect the scent of a sin. A scent that never fades away. You can run all you want, Leko. Cannot hide. I commend you on your resourcefulness. However, what are you? I've never been much of a bug person, you see. In fact, I'd very much like to spend some quality time with my #1 fan and answer whatever questions she and the well-whetted tines of her trident may have for me. But if you be so kind as to oblige the whims of a condemned man, I'd like to be around just long enough to see how events unfold on this continent. After that's over and done with, you won't hear a single squeal of complaint from me the next time you come for my head. You will answer for your sins sooner or later. Don't ever forget it, Leko Hapoka. Indeed. Ooh. Whew. Scary woman's finally gone. Feel free to come out now, Cyndaquil. Been a while. I trust you've been well. Who was that ill-tempered lady, you ask? You're not jealous, are you? She's just someone I know, and nowhere near as fetching as you, Cyndaquil. What can I do for you today? No, wait. Let me take a guess. You've been asked by Roma to find and bring me back. Am I right? Or am I right? Sorry, but I cannot comply. Think about it from my perspective for a second. Going back to where all those murderous ladies are would be like marching to my death. Thought about that. Ugh. I'll start singing the song of his people here any moment. I'm absolutely starved. You must excuse my protesting stomach. You see, I haven't had a single bite to eat since escaping from the swiping claws of those wildcats, or ladies. I feel so faint. Can't take another step. All the goddess-forsaken timing. Why must this ill fortune befall me the very moment I change my mind about not going back to Winders with you? Oh. All I can say is the writer for The Wings of the Goddess missions and quests had to have been a cat person. Definitely a cat person. Of course, when we go to Bastard, I don't think there's going to be any cats. So that's going to be kind of sad. Oh, we'll get there. And there it goes freezing up again. Keeps doing that. So... should have made more coffee. I apologize about that. Though we need to get a forest carp, a greedy, hey, the battle's ended. Oop, we lost. Oh well, kind of our fault, isn't it? Should I take a 5-minute break to brew a little coffee? Actually, we'll have some heat it up. Kind of dull though. I want to spend the next half hour stifling yawns though while I'm trying to read. Not that this is boring. Got a long day. Think. What do you think, Miss Kitty? the reload button on here. Guess that turns that back on. You know? Nope, don't jump up there. Might knock it over. Actually, you're really good at knocking stuff over too. Well, I will say that. Nope. Alright. Okay. If I remember correctly, we have to go back to and talk to, Brenda? Dea? I think it's Dea. Are not chewing on wires. Hear me? We can spend some time on the floor after that's done. I don't care. Floor. Stay there for a while. Think about what you did. Cats don't think that way. Dogs think that way. Did something bad. Cats are like, okay. Dea Prendola. She's gonna be the one to say, he's hungry. We'll get him a fish. What? Master Lecco has collapsed from starvation. It's an emergency. We need to get food to him right away. Planning to sneak off somewhere during guard duty, Dea? Oh, see, that's what I was afraid of doing. Aww. Again. Lecco's in trouble, you say? Not so unusual for a male Mithra, I suppose. Cyndaquil, I want you to take something tasty to him. I knew it. Deep underneath that demonic exterior, the boss is actually a kind-hearted soul. I wonder if Roma's already pregnant. You think so? That's really sweet of you to... I mean, don't misunderstand me. Saved my life, and I'm just returning the favor, that's all. There's something in my throat. But getting back to the order of business, those raised on the motherland have a notorious reputation for being fussy when it comes to cuisine, and I don't want us to be looked down upon as an unrefined bunch of Mithra brought up in the sticks. A few skewers of Migo myth kebab would have been perfect for the occasion, but I'm fresh out of ingredients to make more. I've got it. Forest carp, the traditional Mithran favorite that's bound to please. Now what else? Hey boss? Just thought you might like to know that many of the girls have voracious appetites. Might be worth asking their opinions. Good point there, Dea. Cyndaquil, why don't you ask around the mercenary camp for other food ideas? Alright, we'll do that. Hey. I don't know how big it is. It's, I mean, the missions itself are on the short side. I think there's like 50 main missions, and then each nation has like about a little over a dozen extra quests. What do you think you're doing? Stay away from the wires. Does, I forgot what I was doing. So much of it's just fetch quests, though, and cutscene. I guess that's Final Fantasy, though, isn't it? I have to turn names back on, otherwise I'm not going to be able to find out who I'm looking for. Go back down here, click that bell there. Watch the stream sputter and die again. The big part is all the hidden stuff, I want to say. There was a battle, I remember. I don't remember how to actually get it, but I remember Endgame Shell was fighting something. I want to say it was one of the big giant worms, which I've never seen in the game. and they had to do something so that the worm would use an area effect attack, and it sucked them all underground, and then they got to do another battle against it, and I think it was that other battle where you get the drops, I think. And there's also a unicorn that goes running around that I've seen maybe once or twice, but yeah, that kind of thing. But other than that, you know, still didn't forget what I was looking for. Here we go. Cle Nguma, so just a Papyra. Alright, so gotta find Cle. Where could she be? There's Dea, Roma. I think they could have actually just put the names of the locations next to the NPCs, but wow, there's one called Dallas. Dallas Malice. Kind of cool. Alright. Note, the following conversations are not required. One must only obtain the fish and trade to the sealed entrance. Okay, let's just go get the fish then. That'd be the fastest way to do it. It won't be as long of a cutscene, but yeah. The kitty's hungry. I don't know why. It's not yet time to eat, Miss Kitty. It's weird. I can hear the missus in the other room. She's playing Elder Scrolls Online on her Xbox One. And they don't have a typing text chat feature. It's all through the headsets and talking, so weird. It's like 20 other guys in the bedroom right now. A little weird. Alright, teleportation assistance. We need to go to Rise of the Zalart. Western? Eastern. No. Maybe it was Yotor Jungle. Yeah, that's it. The Bloodlet Spring. That should have Forest Carp in it. I think. We only need one. And it should also be a full moon, so might not take that long. The crafting is and she didn't like it the first day. It just feels odd not having a text chat feature. Everything's all voice chat, but it's probably just the way the games are going, I suppose. Big thing she was surprised was she can't transfer her account that she created on the Xbox to, say, the PC version. It's all separated. Just seems odd. Alright, so get there, there, get over here. Go fishing outfit. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. I see a kitty cat. There's sometimes a notorious monster that hangs out over here. That's a moat carp. Don't need a moat carp. Equip set number 20. Well, obviously I didn't save it right. Alright, shouldn't have to spend too much time here. EDR fishing simulator. No kidding. I love how they put the big giant arrows where, just in case you didn't understand how the mechanics worked. I have a good feeling about this one. I don't. Rusty bucket. But hey, that rusty bucket gave me 200 limit points. Wow. Oh dear. I got my fishing skill up to 20 today. Now I need to go take a fishing test. Be a force carp. It's supposed to be a full moon. Isn't it? I don't see the moon. Full moon, 100%. You're getting items. Oh well. This ought to do it. Give me fish. Well, supposedly this is a milk carp. On an item at least. So there's 4 things we can get. There's the forest carp, which is what I'm going for. And then there's the reedy, I think you can buy. And then there's the papyrus, which I think you can also buy. Oh, this feels good. This has a little bit more stamina than a milk carp. This might be our forest carp. There we go, forest carp. Is it wrong that I knew exactly where to go to get a forest carp without having to check online guides, or is it wrong that I actually had the bait on me? Probably. Oh well. I got like a level 92 fisherman on another account, so I guess these things just sit with you. Whip set number 1. Go monk gear. Whip. Sure it's all there. Looks like it's all there. The manual, survival guide. Teleportation assistance. Wings of the Goddess areas. Well, that's too far away, so we'll just pick the one in Winder's Waters. We'll use the tabs and then Do you remember the original mechanic for the slash fish, where you just basically typed slash fish and the game would do it all? Maybe you'd get a fish, maybe you wouldn't. Maybe it would break your rod and nothing you could do about it. I think that's how it was when it originally started. And then I think they created the whole fishing game mechanic to try and combat all the fish spotters. Remember when fish spotters was a thing? Meow, meow, meow. Where's this place again? So I'm gonna skimp out on the extended cutscene just to save time. Yep. One fish at a time. I loved soul fishing. As a, would you sell them on the auction house, or did you also have like a cooking mule to turn it into soul sushi? Going this way. I did the that's right, you did. Forgot about that. It was just that one time. They were a pretty good thing to sell. It was my favorite when I was skilling up still was Grimmonites and well, mostly Grimmonites and all the stuff that you would get in a Sea Serpent's Grotto. I had on my Dentral's account, he had like 9 mules, so 10 accounts total. And those things didn't stack, but 7 auction house slots per character, like 70 auction house slots, and the stuff would all sell overnight. But, man, it took like an hour every day just transferring fish from one character to the next, running to the auction house, running back. Yeah. But, I don't know, that's how we paid for cross counters and brown belt and peacock necklace. All the fun stuff. Might have been faster just to camp that stuff, but oh well. He's in a good mood now. Look with that. He was in a bad mood earlier. Hey. This song. It's on the, I think I was talking about it the other night. The, CD soundtrack, the piano melodies. This is track number 6, by the way. And, I remember listening to it in the car going, I know this song, but I don't know where it's from in the game. But, this is where it is, from Windurst. Kinda cool. I had my home point set to Norg for probably the better part of a year and a half. And it was always hilarious whenever we'd finish an XP party and we're all home point now and I'd get a warp too. And everyone would see Norg, and I'd always type right before leaving the party, "This isn't Juno," and leave party and let them think about it. Yeah, no, you had to have a Lu Sheng's rod to be able to handle Sea Serpent's Grotto. I think the, not the carbon, was it the composite? It was a really strong alchemy rod, but you wouldn't be able to fish up any small fish with it. Anyway, back to the mission. I'm growing weaker by the second. I get to slap him with a fish. Cyndaquil, you're back. I knew you wouldn't abandon me. The smell of forest carp envelops Cyndaquil. Oh. His pupils dilate. Sniff, sniff. This aroma. Could it really be forest carp? Yeah. At least it's still fresh. Smack slurp. That was finger-licking good. Thank you so much, Cyndaquil. Lecco doesn't appear to be satisfied. You're gonna bring something else to eat? No. Cyndaquil, you have a bit of time to spare? Thanks to you, I was able to make a full recovery. I was wondering if you were up for a little stroll. Might be our first date. I'm sure he doesn't see it that way. Cyndaquil doesn't get out much, though, so take what she can get. What will you talk about? The Crystal War. The wretched war as brought about by a single man, the self-proclaimed Shadow Lord. His sole desire is said to be the eradication of all the people of Vana'diel, those born from the 5 tiers of Altana. But what is the true identity of this Shadow Lord? And to what sick, twisted end does he sow the seeds of destruction across the land? I don't suppose you'd be able to enlighten me on any of these mysteries, Cyndaquil. Tell you who he is. To be honest with you, despite my spirited words earlier, I fear to wonder what kind of future awaits us after the dust settles. This must be the same feeling of despair that all of us, civilians and soldiers alike, face each and every day. Talk about the Federation forces, or lack thereof. Our forces were dealt a devastating blow in the previous encounter with the enemy. The ranks of both the War Warlocks and the Mithrin mercenaries alike have been thinned out considerably. It doesn't take the Warlock Warlord to see the battered state Windurst is in. Military tacticians like myself have been left with the daunting task of replenishing their numbers and reorganizing the surviving forces. Blood may flow from wounds and despair may threaten to extinguish the flame of courage, but never must we give up the fight. Come what may, we must persevere. The continued existence of the Vana'diel that we know is at stake. Master Lecco, I've been scampering all over Baruto in search of you. His Excellency wishes your presence. Of course he does. Ah, I was so enjoying the company of this charming lady here. An emergency meeting has been called, so please proceed to Heaven's Tower without delay. Alright, I'm on my way. And what about you, Cynical? Would you by any chance be interested in accompanying me? Considering your invaluable assistance in a recent defensive effort, and the fact that you're my close friend, I'm sure the others won't mind having you in attendance. And before I forget, I want you to have this. Think of it as my own little way of saying thanks for the forest carp. Now, I'll race you back to Winter's Waters, Cynical. 12 red roses. Here. Really gave me 12 red roses. Yep, there they are. Official. It was a date. Actually, it'll be faster waiting for the warp ring to charge up. Alright, upon deciding to not give him more fish once he's satisfied, he'll give you 12 red roses. Coming on back to Winter's Waters. Doing so will trigger another cutscene. Starting the quest of Feast for Gnats. Alright, so let's warp, and this should get us a cutscene. Oh. So, crazy thing going on right now. The campaign, one of the campaigns they have going on is for synthesis. Supposedly the skill up rate has been doubled for everything, and also for synergy, which I have at 0. That's been doubled up. And it didn't say anything about fishing. I thought, no, let's give it a shot. And out of my first 10 fishing cast, I got 5 skill ups and got capped at level 20 rather quickly. So I think, it was also during a full moon, so that might have something to do with it. But I think this will also have a way of leveling up fishing fast. Might be able to do that on the cheap, but no. Can't, I mean, you might be able to get fishing up to 100 without the Lu Shang's rod, but I should just focus on cooking, get that to 100, get the achievement, and then worry about everything else later. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Since cooking's so cheap. Must be. Alright, and where have you two been, eh? Not so sure about this one here, Mickey, and her tail going straight up in the air, but I guess that's her thing. Now look here, how dare you go off gallivanting like that, leaving poor Mickey behind. You're looking well for someone who has just recently collapsed from starvation. A speedy recovery made possible because of you, to be sure. He flirts with everyone. Lego, Cyndaquil is one of our very best. It's one thing to be friendly with her, but if you go planting any strange ideas in her head, they'll be hell to pay. Understood? She can be scary. Not that I have a mind to do anything of the sort, but what happened to trusting in your fellow Mithra? I'd love to stay here and be on the receiving end of a more good-willed preaching, but my presence is required elsewhere. Now, if you'll excuse me... Everyone's like, Cyndaquil, where are you going? Oh, we're all walking. Want to see the Warlock Warlord? I've been summoned myself. A delightful coincidence, I must say. It's much more fun being scolded in mass. This is where they all freak out. Yep, there they go. Slash fume. I think one did a slash blush. No, I mean fishing skill ups. You would get those like what, once a month if you're lucky. They're about as rare as guardian skill ups were on Monk, but they kind of fixed that where you can get guardian skill ups really quick now too. It's not the same. I appreciate your attendance on such short notice. That person with you? I thought you wouldn't mind an extra guest, especially one who left such a positive impression on you the other day. Besides, give me a fish. I have reason to believe that Cyndaquil is the same as us. You knew that by the scent. A poor turnout for a strategy meeting, isn't it? Where are the rest of the unit leaders? The last battle exacted a heavy toll. Those who survived unwounded have not had the luxury of rest and are either back on active duty or overseeing the training of new additions to our forces. Even with Minister, I want to say Mister, but it's Minister Zompa Zippa's Cardians included in the equation, our numbers are a meager at best. If things are left as they stand, our armies will waste away into nothingness, even without external urging. But the enemy we face cares not for the waiting game. Enter! This is Naho Guanbo, leader of the Cheetah Volunteers newly arrived from Ozira. She and the Cheetahs will be partaking in the upcoming operation with the Cobra unit. That's a shiny new rifle you have there. Always a pleasure to meet a man who knows his firearms. This here is the latest model, fresh out of Urgan. Truly a fire-breathing beast. The Ga-No-Bomb economy is evidently experiencing a bubble period. Windurst, on the other hand. Do we have the financial means to recruit shipload after shipload of mercenaries? The debt we owe to the High Matriarch must be astronomical. I like frisky, but this kitty here's frisky to the point of irritating. Easy there, boss. He's probably just a designated tour guide during our stay. No need to get worked up. Nope, there was more to it. Tour guide? You sure have a big mouth for a small fry. I'm pleased to see that the Mithrin welcoming tradition hasn't been lost to those outside the motherland. Now, what say you and I get real acquainted? Ahem. Seeing how we're now introduced, let's commence the briefing, shall we? Roma and Naho, your two units are to head to the Oregano front. Our agents have reported movement by the sizable enemy forces first sighted in the Maripotsy Mountains. The Beastmen are headed west towards Sorghum Champagne, and during their advance have been observed absorbing units previously deployed throughout Oregano. Has the strategic importance of the Garlage Citadel been exposed? Or is the Shadow Lord finally mobilizing his forces to lay siege to Juno? Our intelligence favors the probability of the latter. Gigas catapulters and Armor Division Quaidal form the bulk of their assault force. So they've turned their attention to Juno. Those at the Allied headquarters are all aware of the encroaching threat and are deeply perturbed, to say the least. They bid us double our contribution to the defense of Juno's eastern wall. Quite an unsympathetic request to put forth to an impoverished nation with barely enough soldiers to man its own gates. Yeah, a sorry bunch at headquarters lazing in their cushy lounge chairs, surrounded by Juno's thick walls. They haven't the slightest idea of the situation we're in. It is the Allied War Council you so despise that provided us with the funding required to recruit the services of the Cheetah Volunteers. I much prefer Cheetah Army myself, has a much more menacing ring to it. So, my unit's task is just to escort the new arrivals to the eastern wall? Not quite. Let go, the details if you will. Yours will be a diversionary mission for the purpose of allowing the real reinforcements to reach Juno unscathed. I, too, will be partaking in this operation. So, we're to be the bait, eh? Well, I can't argue against us being more suited to attracting undue attention than a merry band of Taru. You are to do more than simply draw their attention. No giving chase, and no magic. Because any amateurish spell casting would reveal our identity, and as mere mercenaries to the enemy, right? Correct. This operation will be conducted with Leko at the helm. I trust there will be no objections? Fine with me. I'll have you know that we cheetahs didn't come all the way across the ocean to be bossed around on the battlefield. And I'll have you know that I'll not tolerate your blatant disregard for professionalism jeopardizing the safety of my unit. There they go doing that sniff thing again. Now, ladies. As long as the main strategy is abided by, you have free reign over your respective units, and I promise to refrain from excessively imposing leadership during the operation. Now you're talking. The thinly layered eastern wall is one of Juno's few structural weaknesses. The beastmen are certain to concentrate their offensive there. The success of the fortress city's defenses against the besiegers relies heavily upon the outcome of your mission. Much is at stake. Participating units are to regroup at Sorghum Champagne. One last thing. Please avoid engaging in unnecessary skirmishes with the enemy until the operation is concluded. Okay. I don't understand why, but said not to. They're almost marching in formation. You're rather slight for a soldier. Wouldn't those waifish arms of yours feel more at home with a kitchen knife than a sword? Wow. You obviously have doubts about my battle prowess. I'd be more than happy to personally convince you otherwise. Save your strength for the upcoming operation. You'll need it. Are you certain about that woman? Fairly certain. After all, she did bring me a forest carp the other day. Intriguing indeed. And with regards to the diversionary operation, I know. We have to fashion them into an army of disciplined, capable soldiers. The matter is in your hands. I trust you need not be reminded of the pivotal role they will play in the coming decisive battle. Naturally. So, any word from the motherland as of late? Only that they can provide no further reinforcements, and advise us to abandon Winders should control of the situation escape our grasp. They have offered asylum for Her Holiness at the capital. The whole should necessity dictate. My, what a kind and caring soul the High Matriarch is. A shrewd, ambitious wench, that one. Her scheming goes so far as to even have the Star Sibyl in her grasp. Our situation grows more precarious still. So that should open up the next quest. A feast for gnats. The Cobra unit and the newly arrived Cheetah volunteers have received orders to conduct a joint diversionary operation in Sorghum Champagne. Participants are to convene on location. Yay. Alright, so scroll down. We're gonna zone in Winder's waters as for a cutscene. I wonder if this was the cutscene that we zoned in for. Go to Sorghum Champagne and talk to Mom Larum at the southwest corner of K9 on the top level of a small fort for a cutscene just north of the mall. Okay. So we have to go to that part of the map. We'll probably have to go through Earl Age Citadel to actually get to that particular fort. Right? Mention the easiest way to get to Malmö Realm are to take the campaign arbiter from town to Marifolded Mountains S and then head north and zone into Sargom Champagne to get her at K9, or use the survival guide to travel to Sargom Champagne. It is both faster and safer. Okay, let's try that. Teleportation assistance. Wings of the Goddess. Watch me not even have the one for Sargom Champagne yet. Marifolded Mountains, posting by searching up. We got Marifolded Mountains, but is it the right one? Why not the Necropolis? Oh, not that one. Scarlet Citadel is what I was thinking. I don't have that one either. Jeez. How lame is that? Oh well. Sorry about that. Definitely have something in my throat. That's a little better. Alright, so here's what we're gonna try and do. We'll do what's written on here. We're gonna take the campaign arbiter to Sargom Champagne. Easiest way to get to Malmö Realm are to take the campaign arbiter from town to Marifolded Mountains, then head north and zone into Sargom Champagne as to get to her at K9. Alright. Try that. Nona. Marifolded Mountains. This one. 40 allied notes. Losing a little bit of allied notes every time we do this, but I'm gonna get like 7,000 for a campaign win. Campaign battle win. What's 40? There we go. Yep. Can't chew on ice and steer my character at the same time, apparently. Not without scratching the paint. Comfy, comfy. Oh. So, names, map, wide scan. I see Pally Bully, but I don't think that's the one we're looking for. It's probably just one of the gate guards. Hey, there's a survival guide. Let's pick it up while we're here. Stand down, civilian. You're not really thinking of journeying through the mountains, are you? You would be crazy to continue, and I would be even more to allow you the opportunity. Though if you are eager to put your goddess-granted life at risk, I can offer you a bit of advice. The Kingdom of Sendoria has begun fortifying a citadel located due northwest from this garrison. There are guards there who may be able to assist you on your travels. There also may be someone with information on recruitment. If you're interested in lending your services to the Allied forces, who knows? Next time we meet, I might have to call you sir. You should call me sir. Okay. Map. Wide scan. Lots of hill lizards. In fact, that's like all there is. I'm pretty sure this is the fort that we need to get to. And I'm pretty sure we can't just walk straight up that wall. And there she is. Okay. It's not on the upper level. It's not jumping up. There you go. Just gonna be in here. So this isn't so bad. Abandoned mine shaft, eh? Probably we're gonna be going next, isn't it? Oh, easy. Alright, I'm gonna click on the abandoned mine. Yep, it's just loading a cutscene is all. Click on the abandoned mine shaft at the bottom of the stairs next to Maham Theram for another cutscene and to receive your signal firecracker. Your party leader, click it a second time to start the fight. Alright. Looks like all have arrived safe and sound. Then I will begin the briefing. The reinforcement troops with which we have been tasked with safely delivering the Cancerian and Geminian war warlocks are at present advancing through the terrain along the FFXI High Road. I can't believe that they actually had a name for the road in this zone, but oh well. The projected route for the enemy force, on the other hand, is Cyndaquil. You're joining in on the fun, too? This is my first time being involved in a large-scale operation. I can barely contain my excitement. She's gonna get killed. I just know it. Can't contain is more like it, Teal. You haven't stopped ranting about it since we left Windhurst. What's wrong with getting a little giddy from time to time? It's not often we get to fight under the command of genius tactician Master Lecco. This is our chance to impress. Hey, no talking during briefing. From here, the road narrows down as it approaches a chasm. No, not chasm, it's chasm. Chasm. Oh, maybe? Or is it chasm? Chaotic? Chaotic? Yeah, chasm. Approximately 1 mile further down is where we will stage the ambush. Cheetah volunteer riflers are to perch themselves atop the chasm in firing position. Nope, chasm. I'm screwed myself up. Then we wait patiently for the enemy to arrive. No one, absolutely no one, is to fire until I give the signal. You see to that now? No sweat. Master Lecco is even more charming when giving orders. So handsome, so intelligent, so in charge. Hey, it's Cadian. This isn't time to be swooning over authority, Teal. Snap out of it. In Roma, your unit will form the strike force. At my command, the Cobras are to storm the enemy column and cut off their retreat. Understood. Be warned, however, that the enemy's numbers greatly outnumber ours, making the risk of counterflanking very real. Both units be prepared to pull out instantly when ordered to withdraw. Sir, yes, sir. Understood. That's more than enough info we cheetahs need to squash the enemy. Let them come, I say. Reassuring to be in the company of such spirited soldiers. I have the utmost faith in you all. There's that many of us. So yeah, I don't think Teal's gonna make it. Is the enemy coming or what? You sure the intelligence is accurate? My tail's cramping up from all this waiting. Ow! My elbows are killing me. Hey, Meal, you hearing anything? Like footsteps and stuff? Shh! Keep it down, or the boss will clip us on the tail, on the ear. Hurry up and get here already, so I can make me some turtle soup. Quiet, all of you. There's no mistake about it. They're here. Poor Quail. Not designed to walk through the desert. Looks to be quite a heavy infantry. No war machines to be seen, which would explain their nimble marching pace. Damn, this isn't their main force. Oh wait, these footsteps I'm hearing. Get ready, girls. We're gonna mow them down in one go. Gigas. And lots of them. What the hell are they? Nobody told us about those things. At least a dozen gigas. It'll be nigh on impossible to suppress a counterattack. The operation must be executed as planned. Left to continue their advance unmolested, the beastmen will surely encounter and engage the warlocks no more than 10 bombs ahead. The warlocks are exhausted from their arduous journey and will be severely disadvantaged if caught out in the open ground. But shh, trust me. Just a little further. No one fires until I give the command. Hold. Hold. Open fire. Definitely done, ladies. Now, reload and prepare for the second volley. Don't allow the enemy time to pinpoint our position. Cobras, get ready to flank their call. The next volley is your signal to scale down the chasm and storm their ranks. Understood. Open fire. I'm aiming for the Gigas. Unsheath your weapons. Take a deep breath. Charge. Chocobo. Yep, there's a green chocobo. Don't let the foe intimidate you. Hold your ground. Uh-oh. Wah! Really? Ah. In the eyes. By the scruff of her neck, on your feet. Now! What happened to your spirited words earlier? Were they blown away by the wind? It's just, I've never seen anything of their kind, of their like before. They're more than twice the size of Annika. We're in a foreign land, fighting on a foreign battlefield against foreign foes. Get used to it. Listen up and listen well. You will live only as long as you so desire. Your rifle's firing mechanism may fail and your blade arm may tire. But if you cease to fight, you will surely perish. On the battlefield, this is the only truth. The Cobras are going in for a second charge. We're counting on cover fire from your cheetahs. Now. Understood. Okay. Now. Battle's raging, so if you don't want to take a straight arrow where the sun don't shine, stay on your toes. So now we're going to go down here. Yep. Abandoned mineshaft. Another cutscene. No, it couldn't be. Dorn Foolin, if I may ponder. Yeah, it is. What is the commotion over yonder? It appears to be a battle. The Mithrin mercenaries are engaged with a large beastman force primarily composed of Quaidolf shield warriors. Of all the nerve. Huh? If ever there was something that truly makes me mad, it's being left out of the action while fun is being had. Maintain composure, my brave soldiers. After their next charge is repelled, we withdraw. Retreat west as fast as your feet will carry you. Magic? Where did that come from? West. It came from the west, sir. One of our own? The usage of magic in the operation was expressly forbidden. Without my intervention, things would have gone from worse to worse. Surely, I'm undeserving of such an ungrateful outburst. Could truly be? Dr. Shintoto! But I'm a compassionate woman with forgiveness in my heart, so I shall excuse this shadow of disrespect on your part. How did she even get up there? Shintoto's awesome. I'm glad that she got her own expansion, even if it was just a mini expansion. Am I correct in assuming you to be Dr. Shintoto, Minister of the Orstory? Actually, it's former Minister, if we're to be exact. Apart from that minor detail, though, your assumption is quite intact. And your companion is? I am Doran Fulon, Mastercaster of the Leonian War Warlocks. Of our two identities, you've now been made aware, so care you to return to favor and your name with us share? I beg your pardon, Professor. I am Leko Habhoka, newly appointed advisor to Warlock Warlord Robolakfel. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Has the Federation so suffered a migration of talent in my brief absence? To have forego its dignity and let mercenaries plan its defense? If I could once more be forgiven for my insolence, I'd like to point out that your unexpected intervention had completely derailed the diversionary operation. Uh-oh. And if my memory serves me correctly, you were sentenced to exile and stripped of all military authority. That I still have authority is a sincere misunderstanding. I'm but a simple civilian forced by the Mastercaster to do his bidding. What? But Minister, I did no such thing. First of all, it was you who coerced us all into coming here. The Warlock Warlord will show no mercy should this misappropriation of the Leonian Warlocks reach his ears. I'll never be able to set foot in Windurst ever again. Doran Fulon, why be troubled by a future where may not even happen when my displeasure towards you poor attitude is growing and ever present? Oop. Now, let us return to the business at hand. Did you truly think to succeed with your tiptoeing plan? Your strategy is reminiscent of a pitiable litter of kittens at the mercy of a ferocious pack of wolves that for days have not eaten. Did you say? The Warlock, goddess bless his bandaged face, is in dire need of personal department to have his people replaced. Your beauteous countenance and venomous disposition far exceed your reputation, Dr. Shintoto. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, here we go. I bet that was teal. It appears your fireworks have attracted more guests. Oh, Gil and Neil are still up. In diversionary operations, the more the merrier rings true. Keep your two eyes peeled and you might learn a thing or two. Under the circumstances, I suppose we have no choice but to extend our havoc wrecking. Most respected Dr. Santoto, would I be naive to assume you'll take responsibility and clean up this mess before us? My young, experienced tactician, you're clearly not yet aware of the true nature of this black magic beyond the pretty face and perfectly groomed hair. Minister, an additional enemy unit approaches. Gonna be good. Oh! At least she didn't throw it back at him. Oh, you can hurl those all you like, but there is not a bleeding chance this Tara you will strike. No. Thank you, Professor. Before I deign to roll up my sleeves, one thing must be made clear. For every time I save your hide, a debt is incurred. You hear? All units, the withdrawal command is cancelled. We hold our position for a while longer. I'm also of the opinion that we should continue fighting. A too early retreat may backfire and instead boost the enemy's morale, a scenario we want to steer clear of. A unanimous decision arrived at impressively fast. The Ionian War warlocks assume formations and prepare to cast. Discharge. Oh, double foil in trouble. Giga's burning, Quaid shrivel. That doesn't rhyme, does it? Kinda does, but... Roma! Inside the fort where we convened is the entrance to a mine shaft that continues north for 2 moms beyond this cavern. I remember seeing the entrance, but are you certain it's still accessible? It looked rather decrepit to me. I confirmed it with my own eyes prior to the operation. There is always a small chance of cave-in, but the support beams are still securely in place. Here is our problem. The enemy, too, has become aware of the mine shaft and its potential use. They have begun evacuating their belfries, as well as their remaining troops there. If they are permitted to regroup, the tables will be turned against us. I need your unit to prevent that from happening. Understood. And Cyndaquil, I have a favor to ask of you. Take this signal firecracker with you to the mine shaft entrance. I want you to set it off just before you enter. The sound will be the signal for the rest of us to move in. Should the firecracker misfire for any reason, stay calm. Maham Laurion nearby will supply you with a spare. Anything else we need to know? That is all. I'm counting on you. You're counting on the right person. Come on, girls, Cyndaquil. We're going to flush some beastman scum out of the mine shaft. Alright. So this should be, yep, a feast for gnats. Click on the abandoned mine shaft at the bottom of the stairs next to a cutscene. Alright. Enter Goyu's Reverie by the abandoned mine shaft. Up to a full party can come, provided they have a signal firecracker if it's their first time, otherwise anyone has completed the quest before. Blah 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 blah. The objective is to destroy the Confederate Belfry. The Confederate Belfry has approximately 13,500 to 14,000 hit points. Let's get the trust going. Confederate Belfry spawns played off after taking damage. Okay. As it is not a mission battlefield, KO will result in XP loss. If you are KO when kicked from the battlefield, your re-raise will be lost from zoning out. Okay. Yeah, black scan. Confederate Belfry. Well, I'm just gonna charge the Belfry and AoE everybody that decides to charge up with us. A-N-E-S. So many of them. Oh, let's 100 fist it. If I can find 100 fist. Where did it go? There it is, right at the top. I already had 50% health. Oh. Abilities, weapon skills, spinning attack. Ah. It snuckered off. We'll see if there was another belfry I was supposed to get, but no. 100 Fist didn't even have a chance to finish. Wow. Oh well. That's what happens when you play at level 99. This would have been more fun at 75, that's for sure. Oh, lost one Mithra. It's the same one? Can't tell. What did you hope to achieve with a stylish late entrance? The enemy have long disappeared, with the exception of a few remnants. Kinda pissed. Been working hard behind the scenes, Doctor. The Cobra unit played a most vital role, thwarting an enemy's attempt to regroup. Oh ho ho! The Cobra's fangs struck swift and deep, of what I'm well aware, and so I offer my heartfelt praise, after all. It's only fair. Well done, Cobras. With your tireless effort and unwavering courage, we have successfully beaten the Beastman force back in confusion. But there is not yet time to revel in this victory. Given enough time, the enemy are certain to return in force. Those who are able to walk, assist the wounded. Our priority now is to vacate this battlefield. We return to Windhurst. It'd make more sense to go to Juno, but... Dr. Sentoto, if you could excuse my indiscretion, what are your plans hence? Having witnessed you in battle this day, I have come to the conclusion that the rumors of your power sorely fail to do you justice. Your presence at the capital would be equivalent to 1,000 soldiers. Is this not the perfect occasion for you to finally return to Windhurst? You wouldn't be concerned with the Warlock Warlord. No one is in a better position than I to persuade him. Are you truly a military strategist, or here just for a lark? Your estimates of 1,000 soldiers is a whole digit below the mark. You, Professor, are confidence incarnate. Gracious is your offer, but I fear I must defer. That is most unfortunate. There is still unsettled matters to which I must attend. For the foreseeable future, to others my time I cannot lend. Besides, I have other confidence that the capital will not come to harm, so long as it remains in the steadfast embrace of the Warlock Warlord's stumpy arms. And you, sir, your charisma and prowess as commander leaves nothing to be desired. Your decisiveness in sending troops to their deaths would be, by many, admired. But you should know I have the honor of being one of the few who are resistant, immune even, to your charms and warped point of view. I'm genuinely sorry to hear that. Forgive me, ladies, for keeping you waiting. let us now depart. Do pass on my sincerest regards, my best wishes, to the man in charge. So I guess the ones fresh off the boat just, you know, don't have the stamina. Not even with a single head of wild onion, I'd trust the Warlock Warlord and his feline companion. But Minister, you were praising them so lavishly but a moment ago. Well-meaning but thick-headed. Moreover, spineless and chicken-hearted. I beg your pardon, Minister. Doranforlin, you flatter yourself. The person to whom I refer is the Warlock Warlord. I had known in youth the Roble Akbel I remember. Huh? Alright. So now we get to enter Winterswater's Southport cutscene. How are we doing on time? 20 minutes left? Probably not enough time to finish this next quest, but definitely enough to get it started. Should start the long march north. And we don't get a reward for this one, but... Oh, hello. Did I forget to do something? At least I didn't. Oh, okay. I just gotta talk to Dia Prandola in Winter's Waters to complete the quest and get your reward. So there is a reward. Happy day. Instead of having this little bit of tidbit at the bottom of the page, it was in the middle. Oh well, at least it was there. Give me money. Like caffeine again. Cyndaquil, it's great to have you back. Hey boss, look who's here. Yeah, we just saw each other like not too long ago. So, our globe-trotting prodigal heroine has finally decided to show her face. Was that sarcastic tone of your voice necessary, boss? Welcome back, Cyndaquil. The boss may seem unfriendly right now, but she's actually been in great spirits, thanks to you, of course. Hey, I was just teasing. Even I'm allowed to engage in light-hearted joshing from time to time, you know? Thanks to your contribution, our operation to secure safe passage to Juno for the Ansurian and Geminian war warlocks was a success. Hey, look, the cheetah volunteers are here too. Now, the cheetahs performed most gallantly. Lekos mentioned his intent to have our two units continue working cooperatively. I'm very much looking forward to our next mission together. Don't remind me. I've had more than a gutful. I missed something. I guess they all missed it too. Oh, and Cyndaquil, this is for you. I still have space. It's your hard-earned reward for your part in the operation. Compliments of the Warlock Warlord himself. He's certainly taken a liking to you, Cyndaquil. That was a rather close call. Offer no excuses. My plan failed to take into account the possibility of a large unit of Gigas. It's very uncharacteristic of you to overlook such things. At this stage, we mustn't allow any more surprises to catch us off guard. With that, I can wholeheartedly agree. And another issue requiring our attention. Jantoto, am I right? Only with great difficulty will we be able to manipulate such a potent playing piece. Leave her be for now. Her presence without serves to draw away the enemy's attention and can be considered a boon. You have the right of it. Each step towards the decisive battle must be taken with ever-increasing vigilance. Above all, our pawn must be given time to achieve full maturity, be it a knight, a rook, or a bishop. Or perhaps even queen. But no matter what piece the opponent too is in possession of the same. Number 42, Tihu Boroja. Cause of death, blood loss from severed artery, from an arrow taken in the thigh. Number 43, Kopi Malawaya. Died instantly from massive head trauma inflicted by a blunt instrument. Number 45, subject unidentifiable. Cause of death, unknown. How much Mithrin blood do you intend to spill? How much until your thirst is quenched, Leko Hapoka? That's just a little creepy, isn't it? Not over. See with your eyes and listen with your ears, my fellow Mithra. Witness for yourself what one loathed sinner will accomplish in this tumultuous age. He's still a creeper. Oh, we got a ruby. Okay. Probably NPC that or something. I wonder if this counts as a zone. Oh, never mind. Not ready. Okay, we'll just run out of Windhurst and then out in the Saritabaru to ugh, stop it. Turn around, run back into Windhurst. 15 minutes. Should be able enough to start the next cutscene. We gotta travel to Sandoria and talk to Rustigny for a cutscene. I haven't talked to him in like a couple days. You'll have a question and answer session. It does not matter what you answer. Afterwards, you will be told an area to go to. If you forget which area to visit, Poprulanond will remind you if you talk to him again. If you are told to head to East Ronfar, find the... Oh, it moved. East Ronfar, find the new turned earth at J11 and click for a cutscene and some Darkfire Cinder. Told to head to Laval, find the new turned earth at K9, click it for a cutscene and some Darkfire Cinder. We'll go to Jugner, find a new turned earth at J5 and click it for a cutscene. Talk to Striking Snake in the gunpowder room of present-day metalworks for a cutscene. Gotta go to North Gooseberg S. Yeah, this has got a lot of stuff. Let's just get the cutscene going and see how much time we have after that. Oh, there you are, Cyndaquil. We were wondering where you scampered off to. We just stepped outside and turned around and walked back in. Quite literally. Didn't you hear? There's a big powwow at Heaven's Tower, and that crusty old warlock warlord has called for all mercenaries to attend. The boss told us to make sure we didn't forget you. And we're off to Heaven's Tower. We're gonna RP walk all the way. Yeah, why not? This is all that's left, eh? Could be a lot more. Ooh. Almost read the link shell chat thinking it was a Robolock. It seems all are present, so I'll begin at once. It hardly needs to be said that the situation faced by our Federation army, nay, that all the Allied forces, is dire. With the defense of Fort Karugo and of Windhurst itself, not to mention the recent skirmish at Shorogum, our resources and manpower are being stretched to the very limits. The call for backup on the Junoan front has only depleted our forces further. No longer do we have the luxury of sitting around to ponder our next move. We must act, and act now. Nor is Windhurst alone. Our allies, too, face the self-same plight. It is in these grim times that the Allied forces have decided to cast the die, to embark on the one path that may lead us to victory. We strike at the heart of the enemy. We move on castles of wall. The snow-swept peaks of Valdwingia will be the site of our final battle. From today, the Federation forces will divide into two hosts. The War Warlocks, under my command, will march on the enemy, while the Mithra mercenaries remain behind to defend the homeland. With one exception, Roma and the Cobras, I have chosen you to accompany me north. Understood. Looks like we've been tapped for house-sitting duty again. Boring. In here I thought I'd be able to snag the heads of another Beastman General or two for my collection. Are you truly so naive? With our army divided, the city defenses will be stretched thinner still. The Yagudo are not likely to overlook this. Exactly. You must stay vigilant and be prepared to defend the Federation at the first sign of enemy movement. Of course, Warlock Warlord. You can rely on us. The rest of you, we will rendezvous with our allies at Sandoria for a briefing before we embark on the march northward. Ready your belongings and prepare to depart at once. There we go. Repartarus from Sandoria make no mention of any enemy movement in the north. Is this information to be trusted, or shall we watch our own scouts? There is no need. If there is action, we can surely count on her to let us know. I see. So that Taro was your plan in ordering the Leonoian Warlocks to stay posted up north? Oh, that wasn't a question, that was a statement. The next move belongs to the Confederate, but how will they play? Can we truly succeed without calling upon him? I think they're talking about Fenrir. Or maybe not Fenrir. Maybe it's Karuba. Yeah, that's probably him. We haven't seen him yet. Meal. You paid a recent visit to Sandoria, did you not? I'll be counting on you two to lead the way. Yes, sir, boss, sir. We've got it covered, right, Mill? Leave it to me. I know those streets like the back of my paw. Well, looks like we're making the trip to Sandoria together, Cynical. It almost seems like fate, you know? Like we're destined to become traveling companions, or killed off. Here you go again with the sappy sentimentality, Teal. You should hear her around the camp, Cynical. Yeah, she's definitely gonna die. Always bragging about how you're her best friend. Oh yeah? What's wrong with that, Are you mercenaries or little kittens on a picnic? Enough with that vapid prattle. Cynical, you heard the Warlock Warlord. We'll be waiting for you in Sandoria. 9 minutes. Alright. So now we're going to travel to Sandoria S. Suppose we could say hi to Rajastine before we call it a night. Patient assistance. Wings of the Goddess. Southern Sandoria. Using tabs. Yay. I wonder how much further we got. I mean, if we're already talking about hitting the castle, I mean, it's getting towards the end, but I don't know. Maybe it's only midway. I didn't exactly number the quest, so... really doesn't matter. We still got the stuff to do after this. There'll probably be a lot more running around, a lot more getting lost. We'll talk to these. But hopefully there won't be as much the rolling the R's and adding Taru after everything. It might be worse. Hello, Rustigny. How's the wife and kids? I guess you don't recognize me anymore, do you? Oh there, Cyndaquil from fair Windhurst, are you not? Well met. No doubt your legs are weary from the road, but I have orders to escort you to the castle at once. All parties have assembled, and there is much that needs to be discussed. It's my tank. As has been confirmed by the kingdom's elite scouts. Oh, guess I'm a little late. Ah, Cynical. I was wondering when you'd show up quickly over here. The meeting's already begun. And who might this lady be? A mercenary under our command. Pardon your interruption. Please continue. The stately-looking fellow doing all the talking is Velanero R. de Villas, captain of the Sandorian Royal Guards. Okay, it says he's briefing, so it is a he. Kohler was wrong. He's briefing all officers on the tactical situation as it currently stands. I always thought it was a dude. Hosts from each of the three Beastman nations, Orc, Quaidov, and Uguro, are mobilizing in the north even as we speak. We have every reason to believe that they do so at the behest of the Shadow Lord himself. The Confederate has divided their forces between the Tabnazian and Baldwanian fronts. Both are amassing resources and manpower, girding themselves for a full-scale offensive on our lands. Any further delay will mean our certain destruction. Excuse me. Thusly, we move at once. We march on Valdwania and commence the siege of Castle Zaval forthwith. We're not going to do that in unison. Our first objective will be to establish position in Zarkabard and the Bosadine Glacier. From there, we will surround Castle Zaval and strike the heart of our foe. Commanders, ready your troops for the battle of their lives. We leave for Valdwania on the morrow. A detailed briefing will be held upon our arrival. In closing, a word to you all. A word to all of you. Crystal theme. I stand here and see before me Windurstians, Vestalkers, and Sandorians. I see men and women who, in days past, might once have crossed swords as enemies. To see you today, united under one banner for the glory of the goddess, fills me with pride such I have never known. To battle! Nope. The battle will be arduous, the enemy unyielding. But with your courage and valor, Altana's children will live to see a brighter day. Dismiss. That's a lot of chocobos. Why did we get the red ones? Those were Mithra, isn't it? No, he gets a green one. Warlock Warlord, sir! An urgent Taru transmission has just come in from the Leonian War Warlocks. Please, take ye wake a listen. Probably set the castle on fire. Master Caster Dorn Forlorn and the Legion War Warlocks report Taruing. Warlock Warlord, sir! I have grave news. This is Rebel Lockbill. Speak. Our scouts just Taru returned from Castles of All and... What the... What are you doing? Let go of me! No! Have we lost Taro him? Oh, be quiet for a spell and listen good and well. That voice. As you march unwittingly toward the Shadow Lord's front door, the enemy has stealthily prepared another secret corps. What's more, the Second Army has been set in motion. A direct assault in Winters would appear to be their notion. 10,000 or more by my rough count. No matter how you slice it, a formidable amount. What? I might have handled them on my own, if I weren't stuck with your helpless warlocks to chaperone. Robolock Bell, amend your plans on the double, or watch as the Federation is reduced to so much rubble. The report is appreciated, Professor. That was exactly the information I needed to plot the necessary countermeasures. The Allied forces will proceed for Valduenia as scheduled. You and the Leonians are to join us there. Yes, I suppose I can do as you say, though I'll trust you not to get in my way. Ho. And so it begins. Let go. Send word to the Federation at once. Their numbers exceed our estimates. You are to take command of the Cobras and stave the enemy off at Karugo Narugo. Understood. My esteemed Robolock Bell, whatever's the commotion? Excuse my discourtesy, Lord Vana'diel. It appears that the Federation will have some unexpected guest. I've ordered Lekko and the Cobra mercenaries back to the fort. Guest, you say? I see. Once you've regaled them properly, make haste to join us in the north. The battle will not be won without your aid. Yes, my lord. Well, Roma, Cyndaquil, you heard the Warlock Warlord. We'd best head back to make preparations for the banquet. And the cutscene just keeps going. But before that, well, it would be the height of rudeness to show up at the party empty-handed, don't you think? Let's say we bring back a present to liven up the festivities a tad. A present, you say? Don't worry, I have just a thing in mind. A few hours ago, on the way to the briefing, I came across an Allied supply caravan transporting a stockpile of arms. A quick peek inside the wagon turned up some items of particular interest. Dark fire cinders and flow light stones. I figure they wouldn't miss a few of them, so what do you think? You're not suggesting that we steal from the Allied arsenal? Steal? Hardly. As a full-fledged member of the Allied forces, we have as much right to these supplies as anyone. Why leave them to collect dust in an armory somewhere when we could put them to so much better use, no? I'm not so sure about this one. Wow. Come on, have I ever led you astray? Trust me, I have a plan. Remember your recent skirmish? It was the magic-resistant armor the beastmen were wearing that proved so troublesome. If we could somehow use the dark fire cinders and flow light stones to produce ammunition that could pierce through that protection, we could blast their magic armor right off and render them all but defenseless before they even know what hit them. Ever the resourceful one, aren't you, Lekko? Fine. You can take responsibility when Vana'diel comes for your heads. What comes for our heads? When our plan wins us a resounding victory at Karugo Narugo, he's more likely to award us medals of honor. Alright, first, to convince that stern-looking gentleman over there of the righteousness of our cause. Send Cyndaquil to do it. But we're gonna have to do that tomorrow night because it's now midnight and I need to go to bed. I also have to feed the cat, do the medicine, brush my teeth. Probably make some dinner. Can't do dinner yet. Get to eat. So yeah. I don't really see too much point of going back to Winders when the next mission's gonna be here in Cut. Pandoria. I'm surprised at how often we've come to Sandoria doing the Winders missions. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that all the Wings of the Goddess missions kind of take place in Sandoria as well. Not like Bestock and Winders have their, you know, great selection of bars with stages that dancers can dance on. Yeah, that might have something to do with it. Let's just face it, Sandoria's better. I shouldn't say that. Every nation has its uses, but yeah. Looks familiar. We'll worry about that later. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Tomorrow night we're going to continue on the Long March North. It looks like we're going to take a side quest to Fort Narugo. Fend off some beastmen, another battle. I haven't been too impressed with the battles so far on the Winders side. Sure, there's a lot of mobs, and a lot of mobs are great, but just don't put up that much of a challenge. I'm trying to think, did they put up much of a challenge on the Ronfar or the Griffin quest? I kind of think they did. They were more, as opposed to lots of them, it was just like one or two really powerful ones. At least that's the way I remember it. We'll see. So tomorrow's Friday. We'll try and send it off on a good one. Maybe get a campaign battle in there as well, because that's always fun. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you all had some fun. I'll be back on tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thereabouts. Gotta find my cat.